Hey, what's going on, everyone? As you can notice, it's just me today. Me and Mr. Beaner Del Taco. We have some sicknesses going on right now, folks. But welcome to everyone. It's new watching. If you're not new watching, welcome back. This is the Genesee County Compassion Club show. We're going to talk a little bit about some Compassion Club stuff. I think my little buddy here is liking me to hold him. Now, I don't have much political stuff for you guys today because Jeremy is our political guy, and I don't want to have to give you some chat information. And I'll call it that because I'm not the political guy. But we got to talk about a few other things, though. We got some club stuff coming up. Actually, Johnny, you want to hear something funny? I almost didn't bring Beaner today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got home last night. Me and the old lady were like thinking about dinner. She decides, let's go out for dinner. We got tons of gift certificates for Christmas. So we go out for dinner. And we come back, and I'm exhausted through the day. I'm stuffed. I just had some Italian food. Just got my stomach filled up. I lay down on the kitchen floor, like in the dining room almost, just with the dogs. And like about 2 hours later, I'm getting woken up out of nowhere. Just like my girl's waking me up at 10 p.m. Like, hey, you fell asleep. So did I. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, what the hell? To find out, little Beaner was so hungry and wanted his food that he got mad because I wasn't awake at 9 o'clock to feed him. So I had a white hoodie on. He literally pissed on the back of me. He was trying to wake me up, and I guess it didn't work out. So he peed on the back of my hoodie.
Well,
So,
that's I guess in its attempt to wake you up.
I know. Well, I think he was mad, obviously, like showing his dominance. But like, I don't know how to take that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get woken up, I'm like in a dead sleep. My girlfriend's yelling at me like the dog peed on your back. Like I want to get angry, but like the dog, I mean, look how tiny he is. So obviously got to punish him. But like, what's the proper protocol? It was just too weird.
Well, besides now, it's a kind of moot because it's got done immediately. He's already forgotten about it.
Yeah, oh yeah, he has.
Yeah.
He's just happy I'm holding him right now and picking him up.
He seems to be a lap dog.
Oh, he's a cool dog. I raised him up, with a lot of other dogs and a lot of people. So he was very apt to being around people and being sociable instead of like a little old lady, lap dog that's crouchety. Not like that.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Besides getting peed on, we do have some fun stuff coming up here. Yeah, it's really sad though, John. I'm so glad I didn't piss myself. Because you hear people's stories like putting warm water on their hands and they'll pee themselves or something when they're sleeping.
Right.
Well, I had a dog pee in my back. I'm sure that was like, it's pretty gross, but I'm sure it was like warm pee in my back. So lucky I didn't piss my own pants. That'd been embarrassing. I would have told you too, just for a fun joke here, but I didn't do it, so I gotta apologize.
That's like a trip you do. That's a trick they always pull on people who fall asleep when they're drunk or pass out. They put their hand in warm water.
Yeah, and it makes it happen, right?
Yeah, they say it's almost like a charm. It works like a charm.
I don't want to try. All right, folks, but here we go. Enough about getting peed on. The up and coming things we have going right now. Obviously, we have our testing every Tuesday, like we've had. Our testing has grown phenomenally. We have a lot of people coming in from all over to get their stuff tested on Tuesdays. Kyle in the machine, he actually brings in a gas or a mass spec gas chromatography tester, and he actually has a in-lab machine and an HPLC at the facility. So if you bring something in like a medible or a concentrate and you want to get tested, you can actually send it with them also. So pretty much we can test anything you'd like and get really good accurate results without being fictitious. A lot of testers out there you use one machine with everything and you get kind of skewed results. I'm not saying they're wrong, but there's difference in results. Some actually test for decarboxylized THC and some actually just test for THC before it's decarboxylized. And we know as humans that we're going to be decarboxylizing it before we ingest it, unless it's like a fresh juice, or certain things like that. There is the exceptions, but even then, they can test for those properly also with an HPLC machine. So, I'm not saying that you never will have decarboxylated stuff go in your body, but the majority of people that get like their buds tested and stuff, you aren't going to eat a bud. So, all retrospect of that, you are going to get it done tested with the decarboxylated results. But all three machines can test it all. That's on Tuesdays. I know he does do free giveaways where they give away free testing to the caregivers that come in. So if you do come in on a Tuesday as a caregiver, it's a great chance if you haven't got something tested yet to get it done for free. Winning that prize. If you do plan on coming in on Tuesday, though, we've had a lot of discussion lately about people with reservations and confusion. People come in and they want to get a spot. They've been waiting. I'm going to break it down to you guys real simple. just so everyone that's watching can understand, we run the same system we always have. You come in on a slow day, you come in, you have a spot, you make a donation when you leave, you can reserve a spot. It's been that way forever. The only difference is now we're busy 4 out of the 5 days. And it used to, we're still busy on Wednesdays, but we're busier, I should say, on the 4 out of 5 days besides Wednesday. So if you're looking to come in for the first time, don't be disgruntled, don't get upset. Come in on like a Wednesday. That's probably about your best day to come in for the first time. And Beaner, what is your deal, buddy? I'm sorry, he's been acting weird ever since he peed on me. I don't know if he thinks I'm mad at him or what, but he's been a little pain in the butt. But that's the thing with reservations. We've done it the same way as always. There is no change in the rules. There is no being lenient for people because the rules are the rules. But if you really want to come in, you really want to come in for your first time, and you really want to get a vending spot, you got to do it the same way as everyone else. Come in, you do your one day on a Wednesday, and then you get your all self taken care of. So I know a lot of people have been looking to come in here recently because there's been a lot of talk online about the excitement with the club, with what we have next coming up here, with DJ Short coming into the club. DJ Short comes into the club quite often. I shouldn't say often, but whenever he's in town, he comes in. And this time he's coming in town to actually teach a seminar, a class, but we call it a seminar because it's 3 hours, and that's a pretty good sized class. I'm impressed. I know myself, I will be there. We only have so many spots available. I think there was 37 available spots. I think we are down now to like a third of that, if not less. So if you're listening right now and really want to sign up for the class, you need to go and RSVP. You have to go next door. There is no online registrations for this class. So you'll have to go next door to our educational center, which is the original building, and you can reserve a spot. We do take a down payment to reserve your spot. The down payment is $20 for the deposit. That holds your space. It's $50 total for a member, so you will only owe $30 once you get there. If you're a non-member and you think about coming, it is $100. So it's better just become a member for $20 and get a free T-shirt and a year membership to the biggest and coolest and beaners friendly club in Michigan right now. You can get that and take the class for $70. So you're saving $30. So if you're out there, yes, what's up,
I was
man?
going to say a point of clarification for me. You could, because if you're not a member, you can take it. You said for $100. You still have to be a card carrier for the medical marijuana in Michigan. Is that true, or what? Or you have to have a card?
This class right here, it is actually going to be, uh, you know what? That's a question I haven't asked in a long time. But I think for this one, it's open to the public, I want to say, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may just retract that. I'm sorry if you're listening. I'm going to say, as of right this moment, it's just for patients because that's what we've always done. We've had a couple non-patient ones. I've failed. I'm sorry, guys. I failed to ask that question with this class. I know I've asked everything else about it, but that. But I would assume it's going to be for patients, even though you can go next door. You know what I'm saying? If you're a patient, let's keep it for patients right now because I know we're almost full. Let's try to keep it that way. Uh, if not, I apologize, and I'm saying this, but I'd rather say that than the other right now. So good question, John, and I apologize for not finding that one out. I'm sure I'll find out when I get back. But this class I know is going to be amazing. DJ Shorty comes in quite often. And if you're wondering, DJ Short is not a real DJ. I've had multiple people ask me this, but he is not a real DJ. It's his abbreviations for his name. And so if you want to come in though and find out how to cultivate exceptional cannabis, just like his book tells you, or to ask him questions about his breeds, specifics, you can ask him anything you want. But the thing I urge you is if you have questions, jot them down now. If you know you're coming to the class, write your questions down, get all that stuff put together before you get to the class, so that way you can really utilize that class and ask the questions that you really want to ask instead of forgetting until you leave. Because we all do that. It happens. It's human. But if we write all this stuff down, it makes it much more easier. You get a lot more out of this class. $50 though for a member for a 3 hour class, and I'm sure it will probably go over 3 hours. All of our classes do, but for just 3 hours with DJ Short, $50. If that teaches you one thing that can change your output as a caregiver, that can mean more meds for yourself, more meds for your patients, and that can mean monetary differences. Not saying that you're going to make more money, but if you have more meds, you might not have to go out and purchase meds for your patients. Then you have to give them to you at a price that you promise them for. Whatever you have done up there, this right here, knowledge is power. Knowing more makes you a better person and a better patient, a better caregiver, all in all, not just with growing, but with the whole aspect of the political, knowing your rights as a patient, keeping up with medicine and stuff, involving medical marijuana. All that is up to you. And we try to give you as much information as we can. Like when Jeremy's here, he gives you all the political information you ever could need, and he's a good, really good, reliable source. I try to give you as much as I can about growing and stuff at the club, and so same with Toby, and we try to, and help you with that. But really, you going out and obtaining all the knowledge you can is the key to it all. We can only guide you along there. You coming in and taking these classes is just one step farther to becoming a better grower, a better caregiver, a better provider, even a better patient. And myself, including Jeremy and everyone else, I know we all strive to take more classes whenever we can from people that we know are willing to teach you more valuable things that you could learn about this. Because we all are students. None of us are ever going to be masters, like in the sense where we know all. Even the guys that might you consider old school, been doing this for 25 years, might have made a living out of this, their whole life. They are truly very well gifted and knowledge people, but they are still teachers and still students at the same time. And that's the thing with this class is you're not going to find many classes like this in Michigan that you can actually go to. People like this you can sit down with. On top of that, you have a very good collection of caregivers and educated patients that are going to be joining this class, because a lot of people at our club, they tend to have the upper echelon going with this medical marijuana thing. So with that, you're going to have a collection of people there on Monday that's going to be just off the charts. And this is Monday, February 4th, which is next Monday. So it's coming up real soon. I'd sign up for it as soon as you can. If you're listening right now at the club, go sign up for it. I'm not jerking your chain at all. There is limited spots left, and you need to take this class. Like I said, I'm willing to give up a spot to sit at the very back to let someone else have a spot, at this class. But you'll believe it, I'm going to make sure I will be somewhere in that room trying to learn as much as I can at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So, folks, take this class, get out there. We're going to have more classes coming in February also. I'll get you updated with those. Actually, you know what? Let me, if you give me 2 seconds, I can pull up the new educational stuff for February, because I was under the influence that we had classes in January, and obviously we didn't. And I even mentioned this once before. But here in February, sorry guys. Beaner, what is your deal? Here, you're going over there. I know we have a hash making class coming up the 15th of February, which is our first one coming up. And sorry guys, I am trying to pull this up on the calendar. I've been told it is here. Holy moly, John, look at this. Looks like I killed a dog. Like if you could see how hairy I am right now, guys. It looks like I just killed a little chihuahua. And I didn't. Holy moly.
Yeah, he's
John.
in here right now.
I'm sorry, dude. All right, here we go. The calendar. Thank you, JR. Shouts out to JR right now. And I got more on that in just a second. Shouts out to JR and the tech guy. If you go to our webpage at Genesee3c.com. Again, that's Genesee, 3 the number, and the letter C.com. You can go check out our calendar. It's one of the quick links up top. If you go to our calendar, you just click on February. It gives you all the stuff we have upcoming. You can actually click on most of the classes and actually sign up right then and there, except for the DJ Short. And as you can see on our calendar, we have DJ Short, cloning class. We have hash making at 2 o'clock on Friday, the 15th, with Ramona. And it's not just hash making. It goes over everything. It's a 2-hour class. It goes over hash making. It goes over sifting. I mean, she covers all the possible topics of different concentrates and hashes and such. But not only that, different ways to infuse them with day-to-day things like oils, topical creams, ways to ingest them, medibles, all that stuff. It's pretty much a how-to take your medicine and make oral, topical, and medible solutions from it, and also smokable hashes. But it's a very good class all around. I've taken the class. That was my first class I actually took, and it was the first time she offered the class. And I think we made it like a 4-hour class, but that's because we had 1,000 questions for it, which was also awesome that she was willing to answer them all for us. So props out to Ramona there. And that class, again, will be February Sorry, guys, I just lost my calendar. February 15th at 2 p.m. Next class is Law 101. This goes over everything you need to know about the medical marijuana law. Jeremy teaches this class. He's very up to date on all the laws and everything you need to know what's going on in our community. This class is at 12 p.m. is a Wednesday, the 20th February. This is a 1 hour class with Jeremy. I really advise this class also. I just advise that you just sign up for as many classes you could possibly take, whether it be with us or any place you can possibly find. Take classes, learn more. I mean, I'm around people all day that know a lot of stuff, like Jeremy. I'm fortunate because I hear everything that he talks about. Besides that, I would probably be really absent-minded to what's going on with a lot of the laws being changed and such, because there's so many things always going on, and they do it in a way where normal citizens like you and me, we don't have a clue what they're doing, how they're doing it, and when they're doing it. So classes are a great thing to take. The law class, I highly recommend the hash making and oil infusion, let's call it that class, and your DJ short class. February is going to be a stacked month for classes. So get over, sign up from our educational center, and these classes will be at our educational center like they have been. Which, if you haven't been down to the club recently, we have our educational center, which is the old building, set up for classes and everything. We got books over there, the hash lab. We're going to have an actual plant lab here shortly, and just beautiful decorations and all new decor. So it's a nice inviting building for people to come to and take classes, which I really enjoy.
I have a question too.
Yes.
Okay, of all the shakeups going on in California, I heard a rumor that Oaksterdam is no longer in existence. Is that true, or?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on that because I keep hearing stuff back and forth, and I don't know enough yet to give an answer. So, but I do know there was talk about the mayor in San Francisco, or is it San Diego? San Diego.
I think it's San Diego.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. They're both beautiful places. Over there in San Diego, the mayor was saying that he was putting a stop on all the federal meddling and the out of state meddling with all these businesses that are state regulated.
Okay.
So he kind of put a puts to that. But I'm not sure anything more than that. I don't want to comment.
Yeah.
I don't want to say something stupid because I really don't know.
Because I was just wondering, because I mean I know that a couple of Harborside took a big time hit. I think they're out, aren't they? The Harborside or something like that. One of the other.
Well, you had quite a bit going on there with the taxation and all those taxes
Yeah.
and stuff they were doing for a while. Unfortunately, there isn't a tax bracket for people like us yet. You pay full tax, even like as these businesses, dispensaries, compassion clubs. There is no tax breaks. There is no writing off business expenses. There is none of that like a normal business would have. And people got to realize this, that these dispensaries and all these other different clubs and such, they are all truly, I mean, they are not for what people think. People think that this is like a huge money-making like wheel. It's all these places. If you look at the way they're taxed and if you look at the way they're ran, it's just impossible. Like they're talking 30% sales tax on legal marijuana. Now that's cool, but like name any other business has to pay a 30% sales tax, on stuff. It's just ridiculous. I mean,
What's the power to see? It goes back to the old thing that a libertarian says: the power to tax is the power to destroy. They want to have the power to tax them, so if eventually they choose to do away with it, they could tax it so high that it just severely discourages anybody from using it.
Well, it's like
ammunition,
cigarettes.
ammunition too is the same way now.
it's like cigarettes,
Yeah,
ammunition.
Yeah, so that's the reason why we got to limit the power of taxation, and people think that's like you're just being pernicious because you just talk about mere money. But it's not just mere money. The realization that you can tax something out of most people's reaches.
I mean,
something's
we
gotta be
give
considered.
other people, minorities, that come from other countries, tax breaks on businesses, but they don't even have to pay any taxes on businesses, just because we know how hard it is to have a business paying taxes. On top of that, if you're not that group and you have to pay taxes, there is so many things that they try to break down for you to write stuff off for taxes, but even then, it's not as much as you think. But you need that to make a living. If you didn't have those tax write-offs as a business, none of these businesses could survive, not unless you were the biggest one of them all. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to compete.
And that's what happens a lot of times. People who are the biggest players in the field will actually pay off politicians
Yep.
to make it onerous on other people, make it really hard on other people to enter that field, so they can shut out for other competition.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is the taxation. See all this stuff about the medical marijuana thing, the legalization efforts. this all tied to like a bigger picture of who's in control, why they control, and how they control.
Mm-hmm.
And when you strike about that, there's a tie-in. I mean, I see things politically tied to economics and
Oh
tied to
yeah.
economics politically. So
You control people. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do it one way with money. If you can't run a business and you're forever in debt to the government, I mean, how in the hell could you ever want to be the American dream?
what's
You're constantly working for nothing.
What's like amongst us libertarians, we have this joke that goes on: what's the difference between the government and the mob? The government forces you to do something you don't want to do, pay for something you don't want. The mob will give you what you want, and they'll actually deliver.
Yeah.
So
Well, the thing about the mob is at least they sent someone to your house to kill you, and you saw the person before they killed you. The government just screws you without even letting you see them. You
not
know?
above killing people too. If you get big enough target, they're not
Oh, I
above killing
mean,
you either.
well, I didn't want to say kill him because I didn't want to get a government target on my head. But that's why it all happens. You get too big like Michael Jackson, right? We were just talking about this earlier. But not to get off track, guys. Our classes in February, like I told you in January, we were holding off on classes. February now, we're rocking out with classes. We got 3 classes coming up. We have our laboratory that we're working on getting set up next door and for plant inspection and pests. We're gonna have that going, and I myself, I am into the growing. That's what I like to do. I am really big into growing. So I myself have promised to try to get a few more classes out there. I've been watching and seeing what classes we have coming up, and I'm trying to put together a couple of new classes for you guys with growing that will go over some new stuff. Just gotta give me a little bit of time to put together a proper outline here. You know what I'm saying? A course outline, because without that, class isn't a class. I mean, you can without having something that you can take home with you that's tangible and something that's got factual stuff on there for you instead of just off the top of your head. It's a little hard sometimes, unless you're a really good note taker. I know myself, I am not. So for me to go into class and just off top of someone's head, I respect them for being able to do it, but I sure as hell can't keep up with them with my notes. So I try to make it as easy for you as I like it. So I try to sit there and come up with a nice little outline for you, something you can send home with, something you can put notes on. But we will get some more classes out on top of the ones we are having. I can guarantee you that. But we are, like I said, this month we have 3 phenomenal classes already. Get signed up for those. And if by taking the hash making class too, don't forget, after you take that, you are now certified to actually come in and use the hash lab. That is a prerequisite for the hash lab. So I definitely, if you're thinking about using that lab, take the class because you have to. It's that simple. Coming up also, I skipped a little ahead. This Thursday, we have our first of the month members meeting. I know it's a little confusing because I was thinking there's 31 days in the month. Don't ask me why. But tomorrow is the first. So tomorrow is technically the first Thursday of the month. So you know what that means? Member meeting. Woo 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 woo. And we got our honorary liaisons, our member liaisons. They will be joining us as usual. I will be in this one. I was a little out of it last time. Wasn't able to make it. But it is always a fun meeting. It starts at 11 o'clock. Everyone comes in, and we sit over at the Educational Center. We go over what's up new with the club. We let everyone know what's going on, what's upcoming. It's time also to put some input in. If you're a member and you want to get involved, it's kind of just like a town hall meeting. You can come, you listen. After you listen, you absorb, and then you can ask questions if you like or give suggestions. But this is the place to do it. And if you can't make it to these meetings, you can also talk to your club ambassadors, or you can also put a suggestion into the suggestion box, which is over near, let's see, the political wall and the musical center. The little leather couch and such with the musical instruments and all that jazz over there along the side of the new club. Right there is a suggestion box. So if you can't make it in for a meeting and you really want to put some suggestions in, or if you're going for the first time and you see something you like, it doesn't have to be a suggestion to change something. It can be a suggestion to keep something, or congratulations that you like something so much. It doesn't always have to be a negative thing. People see suggestion boxes and don't ever want to fill them out because they always think, I don't have anything negative to say. Don't think that way about it. Next time you're in a suggestion box, and you got a few extra seconds, put something positive in there. If you like things the way they are, or if you want to congratulate someone for doing a great job, or you really want to commend someone for how wonderful something turned out, do it right there. That's a great place to put it because those suggestions do go a long ways. We do read them, and people do take them seriously. So use that suggestion box or your club liaison or ambassador, whatever you want to call them, and or come to a meeting tomorrow, the first Thursday of every month. We have that educational center at 11 a.m. So, boom, I will see you tomorrow. That means I have to be up extra early tomorrow. I've been sleeping a little lately, John. I can't lie, but I've been sick though too often. Like today, I am sick, folks. That's why I sound a little stuffy. But we can't all be sick, I guess, and take the day off. But I've taken many days off this week already, so it's my makeup day. But also, we have Saturday. Wait a minute, John. Are you sure? Are you sure tomorrow is the first? Hold on a second, guys. I think we're getting a phone call right now to tell me that tomorrow is not the first. Yeah, folks, I apologize. I know we're getting a phone call right now. I'm going to beat you to it. I apologize. Our first of the month member meeting is not till next Thursday, a week from this Thursday, because there is
The 31st. Yeah, there is a 31st.
there is 31 days in this
I
month.
didn't know. I thought I was under the
Hey,
impression.
I didn't know either, so I can't blame you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know either. But sorry, folks, my whole rant about Wonderful Tomorrow. Push that back 1 week. We got the following Thursday
It'll be the 7th.
is gonna be is gonna be the 7th, which is the first Thursday of the month, which is our annual or not annual our monthly member meeting.
People
So
people are going to call this surreal news. No, no.
yeah, they're like Jesus. All right, folks. I apologize about that again. That is not this Thursday. If you're listening, that is next Thursday. So if you're very excited and you still want to come in tomorrow, you can come on in. There'll be a lot of wonderful people sitting there, hanging out, chitter chattering, and socializing. So don't call it, a mistake. Call it a comeback. 'Cause I've been here for years. All right, but besides that, guys, we do have one more thing coming up that I can think of right now. This is something we have quite often. We have people that come together in a club. That's one thing I love about our club is that people are like family at our club, and you can't say otherwise. We all really are like one big family. We got 74, almost 70 or 7,500, I think now, plus members in our family. It's definitely a cool place. But we have this right here. One of our wonderful staff, JR, our wonderful tech guy I was telling you about. We've talked about this for a while about he's been having some legal issues, which he's been doing really well in because obviously you stay on the up and up, and things happen to you legally, you come out ahead. If you do things on the downside and you get in trouble, you usually don't come out ahead. And we've seen this in many cases. But luckily for JR, he's always been a very uplifting and following, provider. So when things went bad, things have also came good for him. But to help him out, we've had a few of the members come together, and they want to do a nice little breakfast benefit for him to help him out. I don't know if you guys understand this, but if you are a caregiver, if you are a patient, and you are doing everything you can to provide yourself medicine, and then you get some legal ramifications, that is not cheap. It is cheap to take the easy way out and to lay down and let them beat you up, even if you are not in the wrong. But that is what they like. They like to see people broke and not be able to pay for legal fees because they are freaking expensive. Nothing against lawyers. I understand you get paid for what you do, just like surgeons. I don't want some guy who installs toilets to do my heart surgery. So I understand the difference there. But they are expensive for people like me, myself and everyone else out there who aren't multimillionaires. So, so with that being said, we do have a benefit going. It is a breakfast benefit. It is going to be this Saturday, which is February 2nd, which is one of the reasons I realized Thursday was not the first. This is going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's going to be at the G3C. It's going to be $5 per meal. $5 per meal. It's going to be pancakes, eggs, and sausages. They're going to have door prizes, or not door prizes, I'm sorry, silent auctions. I know we have a very nice water pipe that was introduced. It's got a very sweet percolator in there. I forgot the name of the percolator, but it is just like my Stereo Matrix. They're very high-end water bongs, and we're going to auction one off, a silent auction. So that means that could be any price you can imagine it from. So a lot of times people come out ahead with these. So I'm stoked about that. I know I'm putting a few bids in for that one. I can always use a new water piece. There's also going to be a game going around where you can guess the weight of a jar. There's going to be everyone's going to be donating a little bit, and for $10 you can guess the weight of the jar. If you guess the jar right, you win all the meds. And what kind of sweet game is that? I think it's a freaking sweet game. And all I gotta say is Saturday. Saturday is gonna be amazing. We have food in the morning, breakfast. Anytime we have food at the club on a big scale, it's the best day ever. So we're gonna have food for breakfast, which is my favorite meal. First of all, we got that going on. We're gonna have silent auctions and games and fun. I'll be there. I'll be all jacked up in Mountain Dew. Woo! Gonna be running around doing some dancing. I don't know if you guys ever been there. If you come in ever and you see me there, we always have great music going because we got a great stereo system installed now. I know we got some of our staff working on getting a great subwoofer and stuff installed also. But we have great music selection, and I like to dance. I'm not a good dancer, Obviously, I have no rhythm. I'm white, first of all, and I just can't dance. It's not in my blood. But I try my hardest. I really give it my all, and I try. So if you ever come in and you see me there, I am the guy dancing around. And I'm happy like that. Every day is a happy day because we are still here. Every day that I can medicate with marijuana and not have to eat pills is a happy day for me because I'm not completely depressed and sick from all the medication they give me. And I don't say that to be negative. I was literally sick from all the medications I was on. Sick to the point where I wouldn't use the restroom, and if I did, I would be throwing up. That's why I smile and dance around every day. So if you guys see me at the club and you see me being so happy, that's why. Because I'm grateful for this law. I'm grateful for the people that we have in our club. I'm grateful for the people we have in this movement, and I'm just grateful for everything. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for being here. I'm grateful for you, John. I'm grateful for this radio show, Jeremy and Toby and everyone else involved. And so just hopefully that passes on to you guys right now as I'm speaking this. Think of things that you're grateful for this week and live that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, be happy. Don't be negative. I wake up some mornings and I'm the most angry person right in the morning. I don't know why. I mean, I've seen researchers on sleep and being woken up, through bad sleep issues, which I do have, can make you angry. But and I wake up sometimes so spit angry in the morning, but I'll be over it in like 5 minutes. Once I can sit down and think about, all right, I'm going to be seeing all my patients today. I'm going to be chilling with a bunch of people at the club. I'm going to be able to medicate here in a few moments and enjoy a cup of coffee. I'm going to be able to stretch and go to the gym and exert some physical energy. That stuff right there, all that negative feeling is gone instantly. And I'm not trying to sound like, like preaching or anything like that, but it's true. If you really practice living a happy life and smiling more than you frown and try to laugh more than you get angry, it's truly a much more enjoyable way of life. I try every day to live that way, and I truly feel that I am living a more healthier, happier life because of that. So just hopefully that passes on to you guys. Besides that, guys, I think I've wrapped up everything I could talk about with the club. Anything non-political, pretty much. I try to stay away from that today. But if you guys are watching too, I do have a few cool things. Like I said, I'm really, really big into growing, and we have a lot of classes stuff coming up. If you're out there, go to your local grow shop or check into a couple things. There's a few new products out there that I want to get people's feedback on. I know a lot of people use music in their grow rooms because of the harmonics. Because of the waves that come off certain instruments that are played, the wave patterns that they excrete. That's an old trick that many people have used forever. And I was flipping through the back of a brand new supply catalog, and I'm sitting there and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, nice, looking at monitors and controllers. Your normal $500 to $1,000 control box, and I'm sitting just looking through and browsing, and all of a sudden I'm like, something was like $3,300. And I was like, what the heck can be $3,300 in the same page as these controllers? And I look, and it's this device. It's these metal shapes. Let's call it that. They're almost like tuning forks, but they're all connected, and they're all separate at the same time. But they're connected through a motor, which vibrates them, and they put off a harmonic response. Well, these have been used in greenhouses and farms forever. It's supposed to put out a subsonic harmonic wave for your plants, and they're supposed to minimum increase 16% yields and productivity and vigor. Maximum they've seen up to 40% increase, and they say up to 50% total dissolved solids better in your water and your uptake of nutrients. But I don't know. Like, I've looked into this, and I like the music idea. And for under $100, I can go buy a new MP3 player and a little portable speaker system that can go right in my grow room and be set up with music on it, to play repeat for the next 24 hours, continuously forever. Plug it right in the wall, you're all set. It's $100. So I'm just curious if anyone else has ever used these. I've read online trying to catch up with people's forums, and all I see is people dissing them. But it's people that are just seeing them in calendar or catalogs like I did, and just straight up talking. That's the other way for the man to stick it to you. These companies trying to get you to buy something new. But I don't know. It could be, or it could just be a really good way of incorporating something like with the music, but in a constant form. So I don't know if it's worth the money. I'm not saying it is. I don't know if it does what the gains are, what they promise. But if anyone's out there and you guys use music in your grow rooms, or if you ever experimented or seen anyone with one of these harmonic, subharmonic frequency emitters, let me know. The number for our show is going across the screen. It's always up there. We have this on YouTube. That banner flies across there nonstop. We air live at 3 o'clock on Wednesdays. So if you're watching this on a podcast or on a YouTube or anything like that on Facebook, and you see this and you listen to this, tune in on Wednesdays, or send me an email. My email is actually just Chad, CHAD, at Genesee3C.com, just like our webpage. And if you send me an email and let me know your opinion about this, I'm really curious. Like I like music in my grow rooms for that reason. I believe it does help because it works with humans the same way. They're made up of so much water. It's the wave it puts out is supposed to be symbiotic to it almost. It's almost supposed to almost like help align your chakras. Same thing they do with the Tibetan singing bowls. I've seen a lot of different beliefs in life and different ways of living, and a lot of them have always incorporated the vibrations in your body being in tune with water. So I mean, they aren't always exactly the same idea, but they always follow the same concept. So if you do ever apply this concept, or if you just have always added music because you like to dance in your grow room, but you left it playing when you weren't there and you've noticed you always had good yields, maybe it's something to look into. But I want some more feedback on this. I want to know what people are doing, what you think about it. Even look into that product. It's called Hydro or BioWave. I'm pretty sure it's BioWave. And if you look in the back of the new Sunlight Supply catalog, it's in with the controller units. So it's not like this is some weird thing that you're never going to see. And I've actually read people's forum comments back 2011. I saw a few comments posted, and this was because they were being posted as a web page online that started selling this device. It does have some good backing to it, but I'm just kind of curious. I want some more feedback, or if you yourself have any other techniques that you apply that might follow this idea, or any of your the techniques that you apply that you might have that might help people be better growers. I'd like to hear them. I actually heard one the other day. I was talking about fungal gnats and thrips and mosquito dunks. They're like little donuts, all organic, and I guess for hydro farmers, they just put them right in the reservoir. And everyone I talked to said they work like wonders. It slowly kills off everything by killing the larva and making it so they can't breed. It's an organic substance, and then for soil growers, you could just put it in your main reservoir, let it sit there, for a day, inside a little nylon. Just let it tie up the top, and you just make your buckets of water that you water with that water, and the same concept would apply. And these things are like $2 or $3 little items, and I never would have thought about that. And these are items that people have been using for quite a while, growing indoors and outdoors, because they're mosquito repellent donuts, and they're completely organic, and they work the same concept with other bugs. So that was something I didn't know. And I found out from someone just give me some advice, and I've talked to more people about it, and they all, they've all heard or have done the same things themselves. So now I'm passing it on to you. So if you have anything also that you would like to, share or put out there for us to ponder or even think about, kind of like a MythBusters, give us that. If you want to give me an idea, if you want me to run with something, check it out more, I'd love it. I'm always open for new stuff. Like I talked about the teacher and the student who are always the same. That's the same thing with this. I'm always open for new things. Send me your comments, email, give us a call. Even if you got some studies, I'm a big journal keeper. I love keeping journals of what I feed with because you know what? You don't remember everything you did. I don't care who you are. I mean, okay, you might be a genius, you may be able to remember everyone's phone number, but still try and remember everything all day long and remember what you did to every plant is almost impossible. So why challenge yourself to do that? Why not just keep a good journal log? You have to keep journals of your plant numbers, weights, stuff like that. If you believe that that's paranoia, but keep a journal of what you water your plants with, what you give to them, and then eventually it'll become memory. But why not? Why not try to figure it out? That way, too, you can also tweak stuff. You can look back at stuff and see how well you've done, see how bad you've done in some situations, and then see maybe why. It's just something I like to pass along to you guys. Is that planning ahead like that is one way to be planning for success. Without that, you plan to fail. So, comments, suggestions, give us some. Throw me some ideas. Let's get some grow tips going. This is a show about medical marijuana, so I want to have some grow talk on here. Shoot, I feel left out lately with the grow talk. All right, guys, but that's all I really got for today. Not to keep dragging this on. I know I was going to keep it a short show here, but I love talking to you guys. I can talk. Tell you that much. But like I said, all right, guys, you got Genesee3C.com is our webpage. Go check us out. You can keep up to date with our information or classes. You can even contact us, all of our events, right there at our webpage. Go check it out. If you Facebook, Genesee Compassion, if you Google that on Facebook, you'll find our search us. Sorry, not Google. Such a blatant term now, right? If you search us on Facebook, you'll find us. Add us as a friend. I'd love to comment with you. I do usually help. I should say, keeping up with that page more often. I get a lot of people that send me questions. I've been trying to get back with you guys sooner. I know there was some messages on there that were over like a few weeks old. I've tried to get back to everyone I could on there. I apologize if some got lost in the sort out there. But if you have any more questions or anything, hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on our Genesee webpage, or hit us up right here in our talk show, or just come on down and talk to us and become a member at the club. We'd love to have you there. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in today. Hopefully we'll have a full show for you next week. But thank you for tuning in again, and peace.